So what are we going to be doing today? So we're going to be studying perimeter, but we'll need a few things to begin. We'll need a quick reminder of measurement that we studied last week. How do we know we'll understand? Well, we know we'll understand if we can calculate perimeter. We know what perimeter is. And understand how to get missing sides. So you understand that when we talk about perimeter, we tend to talk about measurements. I keep telling you about that. So let's go and relate it to something that we know. So when we talk about paths, we're trying to find, say, the shortest path between 2 points, usually. So this is Wingham. And this down here is Port Dover. So imagine that I've decided that I want to travel from Wingham to Port Dover. If I could say fly from the Wingham airport, I could fly all the way down to the local airport in Port Dover, and I could fly that entire distance. Now, I'm going to give you a secret here. The distance of the line on this chart can be described by taking a look at the distance between Wingham and Listowel and use that as a reference. So if I measured that, I'd get something that looks about this long. And when you actually drive that distance from the center of Wingham to the center of Listowel, say from here all the way down to here, that distance happens to be 35 kilometers. Now, flying straight there, the distance would be somewhere around 135 to 138 kilometers if you flew directly from Wingham to Port Dover. But we have cars. So imagine if we figured out that we wanted to drive from Wingham all the way down through Kitchener, go down to the 401, cut across, then take Highway 6, and then drive straight down Highway 24 and all the way down to Port Dover. Well, it turns out that distance is about 176 kilometers by the highway, i.e. through Kitchener and hitting the highway, or by flying 138 kilometers, like I said. Now, if I decided to take country roads for part of the trip, we would have something that would happen like this. We drive straight down, go into Kitchener, and then take Trussler Road almost all the way down until it hits Highway 24, and we go straight down through Highway 24 to Simcoe. Now, I could tell you that the distance for that trip is about 162 kilometers. And here's the question. If I knew the distance between Kitchener and Wingham, I know the actual distance, okay? And I said I knew the distance from this little place here where both of those charts intersect, both of those paths intersect. We know the distance from Brantford to Simcoe. The question would be, how how far is the distance for the two different paths between Kitchener and Brantford, you could literally use some form of addition or subtraction to compare them, right? As you could compare the straight distance calculation that we have here for our height, for our flight directly from Wingham to Simcoe, right? Now we're going to be doing something like that several times today. Now listen, you don't have to write this stuff down, but this is what you're going to write next. So a long time ago, you learned about a thing called length, width, and height. Okay? For our math class, if we're drawing something or we're looking at something on a piece of paper, length goes from left to right. And width will go diagonally or up and down.